So, one thing I've been thinking about a lot lately is my relationship with my body. And I've always advocated for people to have good relationships with their body, but I'm not convinced that I've always understood what that means. I'd be like, yeah, it's important to have a good relationship with your body. What does that like actually mean, like in practice? And I think what has started to open up is a focus on this word relationship. And by tapping into what the word relationship means, it's helped me to understand relationship with your body a bit more. And one way to look at a relationship is that it's both ways. Like it's not just what one party, one person can get out of something. It's about, this give and take, or this, I don't love the word give and take, but maybe give and receive that there is in a healthy relationship where it's not just one person that's getting their way all the time and only one person that's driving the ship all the time. But, both parties are getting something out of it. And my body, our bodies do a lot for us. Our bodies are freaking incredible. These are the most beautiful creations maybe in the world, according to me. I teach anatomy, I teach physiology by association as well. And the more you get to know just how much your body does for you, just to keep you alive, but also to allow you to do the things you need to do, it is incredible and it is mind-blowing. And my body is constantly doing all these things for me. It's like doing all these things like below the surface that I don't even notice. It's like clearing the body of like anything dead or decaying. It is sending electrical signals. It is keeping things moving, keeping my heart beating, keeping the electricity flowing. And I've started to think about, what do I do for it? Is it just about what I, Deanna, whatever Deanna is, can get out of this relationship? Or can I also focus a little bit on what I can do for my body as well? And so what does that mean? What does it mean to do things for your body, and why should you do things for your body? How about that? Why should you do things for your body? Well, if I just look at my own body, I am a lover of life. Like I love life. Like let's do it. Like let's have a good time. Let's like go to the thing. Let's, hang out with people we care about. Let's travel if we can. Let's eat delicious food. Let's, try something new. I love life. Like life is such a gift. It's got its problems too, but it's such a gift. And I can't do life without this body. And so if I'm in a relationship with my body and my body's here to help me do life, I have to make sure that I'm also taking care of my body, caring for my body, so it can allow me to live this life. And it can allow me to have a better experience. And because when I have a better experience, it has a better experience. Right? When I'm truly having a great experience, the first thing that comes to mind is like lying on a beach. And it doesn't, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so it doesn't have to be like a sandy, tropical beach. But when I'm on a beach and I'm sitting in the sand, in the sun, I feel the sun, and I hear the birds, and I hear the waves. Like my body is feeling that, and it feels so good in that moment, which allows my mind and me to enjoy that moment too. Like we're working together, ideally for this like maximum experience for both of us, both my body and me. And you'll notice I keep talking about my body as something separate. This is something I'm trying to kind of work through as well, is like my body is not me. My body allows me. My body facilitates me, but my body is not me. but I'm also in a relationship with it, right? And I'm in an intimate relationship with my body. And I heard the other day, I don't know where I forget where I heard this, but that like the ultimate form of love is like compassion. And compassion for my body means that like I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm gonna try to understand it, and I'm gonna try to like make sure its needs are fulfilled. And I'm also going to understand that it can't do everything, and that it can't be something that it's not supposed to be. And I think that some of my own troubles with my body, some of my own shitty relationship stuff with my body has always come out of like, why isn't it the way I want it to be? And then the problem with that is that the way I wanted it to be, where is that coming from? What am I basing that on? What my body is supposed to look like? Or it's supposed to, how muscular it's supposed to be, how thin it's supposed to be, which is a lot of my own body issues come out of. Where's that coming from, that message of what it's supposed to be? Well, truthfully, I've been giving away my power to these outside influences that are trying to convince me constantly that my body isn't good enough, that I need to overexercise, that I need to overdiet, that I need to restrict, that I need to get surgery, that I need to whatever else, so it can fit into a paradigm that apparently is socially acceptable. But like, quite honestly, no matter how you change your body, if you're doing it just for social acceptance, there's a good chance you're just never going to be fulfilled with it, because you're looking for happiness outside of yourself. You're looking for external validation as opposed to like your own internal experience. That's been my experience, at least. So, might have lost my train of thought. Let's see if we can get back to it. I think it's just that I'm 42, and I don't want the next 40 plus years of my life to be like compromised by just a fight with this thing and a struggle with this thing and like a negative experience because of this thing. This beautiful creation, not just a thing, this beautiful creation. I want the next 40 plus years of my life to be freaking awesome. And if I want that, then I have to think about what my body needs to help my next 40 years be awesome, and how we can have that experience together, right? My body, I was going to say, and my body has to think about what I need. My body already knows what I need, and it tells me what I need all the time. For instance, you need rest, Deanna. For instance, you need to go to the washroom, Deanna. For instance, you need to eat something, Deanna. My body, or you've been sitting around a lot and you feel really crappy, go move, Deanna. My body already kind of knows what I need, but do I really think that much about what my body needs? Do I really take care of it to the level that it deserves? And so when I think of this positive relationship with my body, what frame kind of came to mind when I was thinking about this was, I don't know how much like scientific study rigor there is in this concept, but I think it's a fun concept, and I think it says a lot that it's like still in the zeitgeist, if you will, like we still talk about this, is the concept of the love languages. And if you know the 5 love languages that apparently we have, they're ways that we express our love to others. And one of the things that I'm trying to do is to find ways to express love to my body. And so as far as the 5 love languages is like, what are they? Acts of service. So you could think, for instance, that like moving your body or resting your body or eating good things for your body is an act of service. It's an act of service in service of how your body's going to function the most, the best. Another one of the love languages that I think can also be applied to your body is the concept of like words of affirmation. And this is something that I think that I don't work on enough, and I'm trying to get better at, is just being like, thank you body. I love you. I'm trying to like just be more appreciative of it and be like, oh my God, you just did this. Oh my God, you weren't able to climb this particular hill before, and now you're able to climb that hill. Like, well done. Good adaptation, body. That could be a word of affirmation. Loving touch. That's another love language. This is something I don't do either, but I'm trying to just get a little bit better at as far as building this relationship with my body. Like I don't do it all the time, but sometimes I remember to do it, and I just like, I'm sorry, I like, I give it like the loving, kind of like I do with my husband or my cat, where I show them how much I love them through touch. And I get there's other touches you can do to show your body how you feel about it. And maybe that's how you show it loving touch too. What other love languages are there? Gifts. Maybe the gift of rest. I think gifts and acts of service are probably going to be kind of intertwined. But can you give your body a gift? First thing that comes to mind, can you give your body the gift of like not going to the thing you don't want to go to, that your body's like saying like, please don't go to this? Can you give it that gift? And then what's the last one? I forget. There's another love language. I'm sure you're thinking of it at home right now. But I'm not thinking these videos through very much. I'm just kind of speaking from the heart. So I'm not as planned as I could be. But anyways, I think getting back to this main message, main thought about, I want to take care of this body and I want to have a good relationship with this body now and into the future, because I want us, my body and I, to like enjoy the shit out of this like physical realm, because we're only here for so long. And I don't want to get to the end of my life and have the two regrets I'm worried about. I don't want to get closer to the end of my life and regret not caring for my body so it can't support me. And if I don't care for my body properly, and if I don't give it movement, and if I don't give it whole foods and healthy foods, and maybe I eat too much and I have too much fat mass on my body, those are things that can potentially compromise how well my body can serve me in the future. And so I don't want to get to the end of my life and think, wow, I have all of these situations present because I didn't give my body the care it asked for throughout my life, right? And that's why I take care of my health, because I want my body to serve me, and so I have to serve my body. The other regret I don't want to have is I don't want to get to the end of my life and think, oh man, those were all fun things I did, or those experiences could have been more fun if I wasn't so in my head about how I looked. If I felt more comfortable with myself and in my skin, that whole experience would have been better. But it wasn't, because I was so like uncomfortable in my body, because I was so concerned about how I looked, because I was like wearing clothes maybe that didn't fit my body, or I was always comparing my body to ideals, and those are just social constructs, but I was comparing to my body to ideals that weren't realistic, and that constantly made me feel bad about myself. And right now, if you look in social media, for instance, there's all these ideals of what we're supposed to look like that most of us don't look like. And a lot of us aren't showing up the way we would like to show up because we're so concerned that we don't look like someone else, like some like Instagram-y person. And all those Instagram people are starting to look alike too, which is another issue. Everyone's trying to look the same. It's ridiculous. And this struggle to look the same or to look a certain way, what are we giving up? Or what are we compromising as far as our relationship with our body? These are things I don't want to do anymore. And I'm not saying that this is easy, and I'm not saying that a positive relationship with your body happens overnight, because it doesn't, because I'm like talking about it right now, but I am still working on it daily. But these are intentions for my future. And these are intentions for right now. These are statements of intention of how I want the rest of my life to look. I want to take care of my body so my body can take care of me, because it's back and forth seas all the time, back and forth seas with my body and me. And if it's doing well, I'm probably doing well. And when I'm doing well, why can't I do well by it too? And I know this doesn't come just like a second nature, because we're so caught up in what other people think is best for our bodies. But this is one of the commitments I have to myself and to my future, is to reestablish a healthy relationship with my body, because I know that that is one of the keys to enjoying the most out of my life, which is the most important thing to me, is enjoying my life. Because when I'm enjoying my life, I can be there better for other people. When I'm well rested, when I feel good in my body, I show up as a better teacher. I show up as a better friend. I show up as a better spouse, a better cat owner, mother to Sparta. And so thank you for giving me this time to kind of unpack this concept of my relationship with my body. I hope there was something in there that maybe resonated with you. But I would say relationships are very personal, and you are the only one that has the power to create this healthy relationship with your body. Other people can guide you. Maybe I can guide you. Maybe someone else can guide you to that. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to start working on this relationship and whatever that means to you. And it doesn't have to heal overnight and be perfect overnight, but can we take steps in that direction? Can we take steps to try to listen to our bodies more? Can we take steps to do things that we know are good for our body? Can we take steps to like appreciate our body and celebrate our bodies, because they're freaking incredible? Yeah, so that's something I'll work on, and maybe you want to work on too. But again, you get to do you always. I'm going to do me, you do you, and let's enjoy this life, because we only get one, and why not enjoy it? Thanks for listening. Deanna Bedoya. See you next time.